If you really want to talk about that, we can.
I'm with it. I'm down for the rest records.
Yeah, I mean, we're all not perfect, you know. We get into some shit, but
everybody changes.
Everybody does.
You gotta go through some shit, you know.
Yeah, but necessarily, it's not like if you let's be real. If someone gets arrested once, I mean, everyone gets in trouble.
Yes.
You know, it just depends on the certain topic of how you got arrested. But for me, it was well, I followed my brother.
Mine was a mistake.
Well, yours definitely was a mistake. Mine, because in the state of New Jersey, it's, you know, if I were to fight you and punch you first, beat the shit out of you, just because you're involved, you are the one going to jail too. So, I mean, did I necessarily? I think I started the fight. I definitely did, but it was for me, in my personal opinion, it was for. I had a plausible excuse, but me and my brother got brought down to the police station, and they put us in holding cells, and my brother had it going good, bro.
So you guys just randomly got into a fight?
Well, no, he was talking that hot shit in the morning. I was late to work, and
oh, so you missed the days of work too?
Yeah, dude, my boss didn't even know where the hell I was. I didn't have my phone in the cell, and we'll get to the other part, but my phone was up there, whatever. And then when I got out, eventually, I checked my phone, and my phone was blown the fuck up. It was like, "Where are you? Are you okay?" Because it got to the point where they were getting pissed, but then they were like, "Wait, like, what's going on?"
Because
so
this never happens. Yeah, you're always at work.
Exactly. So they're like, "Are you okay? Like, what's going on? Call me." Because it was funny because they didn't know where the fuck I was. But the reason why it started, I was late to work, and which is already fucked. But my brother was like, "Yo, can you give me a pack of cigarettes?" I'm like, "No, like, I got work." He was giving me a fucking attitude. He was
coming sideways at you.
Yeah, he came at me sideways. So he threw like a bag of quarters at me. Like, I'm talking like a hefty bag of quarters.
So the root of all evil was that bag of quarters is why you got arrested.
If he didn't throw the bag of quarters at me and give me some fucking whiplash on my calf and my arm, all right? Because, like, I'm already pissed off because I'm waking up off of 2 hours of sleep, right?
Why didn't you sleep that night?
Dude, I have a fucked up sleeping schedule. Like, I would go to bed at like 4.
Eating the munchies all night?
Yeah, all right, I guess. But I'm tired of shit. Then he comes in and just starts, like, fucking bugging me, man. So I just wasn't having it that day. It was not a good day for me. And, yeah, once he threw that bag of quarters, I got real fucking pissed. Like, that was just... It was the little thing that made me snap. So then me and him, I push him, start punching him. He punches me back. We're in the kitchen at this point. My mom's yelling. She's like, "Just go to work, James. Just go to work." I'm like, "All right, fuck this shit. Fuck you." Like, whatever, right? So I run out, get into my car, and my brother comes out with a vase. Comes out with this glass vase, right? And he went to throw it at me. And then, like, I ran to the side, and it hits my car. It hits right on top of my hood, makes a big ass dent in it, right? So I'm pushing, I'm pissed because you know I love my car, and anybody that disrespects my car, like dents it or any damages it, bro, you're gonna go.
That's when you're going low for that. If you're disrespecting someone's car like that, that would piss me off too.
Dude, I was fucking livid. I was like, "You gotta be fucking kidding me! Are you fucking sick?" I charge at him. We start punching, brawling out, right? So my neighbor's seeing all this, right? He runs over trying to like alleviate the situation, and my mom just said, just leave it alone, like, to my neighbor, like, let them do their thing, like, I'm already calling the cops, whatever.
Yeah,
so
let them rock, let them throw it out.
Because, I mean, men just fight it out. Yeah. That's just how it is. Especially brothers, too. We fight.
It'll be done in 10 minutes.
Yeah, we fight, and then we're over it. But my mom, because it was getting a little bit too out of hand, so my mom actually called the police, and cops came. And right before the cops came, thank God, because my brother took a really slow swing, right? And I just dodge it and just rock him right in the fucking chin, right? Then the cops come, county police come. County came for some odd reason. I do not know why county came, but now there's like 3 cop cars.
There must have been. Was it in the morning?
It was. Yeah, it was.
There must have been on it because you have to have for domestic violence. It's 3 cops minimum.
Well, I didn't know that. And county cops came. So now everyone, they're all coming over to us, and then you know how like they separate both parties to get both sides of the story. So I'm talking to this one cop. My brother's over in the front lawn talking to the other. And people are like rubbernecking, like seeing what the hell's going on. And this one girl was at the stop sign, and then she was like looking at what's going on. Turned as she was looking, and some girl on Center just T-boned her.
Just whacked her?
Whacked her, but it was so bad because the girl on Center Street was going like 35 or 40 miles an hour, and then hits this car. This car almost flips over. So all of us break our necks. We like look, we're like, holy shit. And then the cops are like yelling at my brother. Because my brother's trying to talk still. He's trying to talk the hot shit over there. He's like yelling at me. And the cop's like, shut the fuck up. Like, he's like, sit the fuck down. So my brother wouldn't shut the fuck up. All right. So they put him in cuffs. They threw him in the cop car. They're like, you know what? If we can't handle it, just sit in the fucking car, right? So after they helped out the car accident, helped out the girl, and they thankfully they were like, okay. They went back to our problem. And then me and my brother both had to go to the police station.
You both went in the cop cars?
I was in a different one. So we get brought to. I'll bleep that out. Get brought back to the police station, and they put me in a holding cell. But the holding cell had the fingerprint scanner. So. Oh,
you were in that little section where they take the mug shots and everything?
Yeah. I want to get my mug shot. I feel like that would be funny as hell.
I was smiling in mine. The cop was bitching at me when I got arrested. Yeah.
Well, they put me in a holding cell, so since I had the the thumbprint machine, they had to handcuff me to the fucking bench. Okay? So I'm sitting here handcuffed to this wooden bench, and I'm like, dude, fuck this shit.
They cuff both your hands to it?
Yeah.
Usually they cuff one and you're just holding on to it.
Nope. So I'm sitting here in a fetal position, like trying to lay down, because, dude, I was in there for like 3 hours, maybe 4. My brother's not even cuffed in the other cell, roaming around, doing all this shit. And yeah, it sucked. I mean, for 3 hours, dude, some people that get in there, they stay overnight, I'm sitting here 3 hours. Oh my God, that was a pain in the ass. Or like, that was so shit.
Time goes by slow.
Yeah, time does go by slow.
You think it's like an hour, it's been like 15 minutes.
It's true. I mean, it did feel like that.
Oh yeah, 110%.
But then we both got released, and yeah, had to go to a nice little court date, but everything got figured out and resolved. So
everything was good.
Yeah, everything was good. What about you?
Mine was just wrong place, wrong time. Yeah. It was honestly, I was trying to do a good deed. So I had my 2 boys in the car, and my other boy called me, and he had to go to probation. So he didn't have a car at the time. So I was like, yeah, I'll pick him up. We're all boys, so no one gave a fuck. You know what I mean? So we were driving there. He goes into probation, and one of my boys goes, I want to go get food. So his dumb ass goes, oh, why don't I sell some weed? I can make money for it. So I told him, like, this is a bad idea. This is Elizabeth. You know what I mean? And we were walking around. His bright idea is go to the high school and try to sell it. Obviously, no one's going to buy it at the high school. I remember we walked to the gas station. He sold to someone at the gas station, and he's buying his shit, whatever he was buying. So I told him, let's walk back to the car because our other boy was getting out of probation. We were going to drive him home. And when we were walking, I saw this car that was all blacked out, just circling us. And when you get that gut feeling, you like, we're getting fucked. You know what I mean?
100%. Well, first off, even like a tinted out like Crown Vic.
Off the rip,
off
it's just,
the rip.
You get the butterflies, you're like, something's going to happen. So when we were walking back, I looked at my boy and I was like, we're getting arrested. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, this car's been circling us the whole time. Someone definitely called the cops. So my boy looks at my other boy and goes, listen, you're going to take this. If you don't take the blame for it, I'm going to beat the fuck out of you. Because he knew he already had a bad record. So we were like, all right.
And plus, also, if like someone's like first offense, if you guys are all in a group and that person has never been like
a lot
arrested,
of the times they'll drop it.
A lot of the times
they'll be lenient with you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. But if it was you with the record, whatever, they're gonna be like, you know what, this guy,
you.
3 strikes, you're out.
You didn't learn your lesson. So the cop pulled up, just literally. I heard the tires screeching, so I knew. I was like, yep, this is what's gonna happen. Not just one cop though. 5 more cops pull up. 4 DTs pull up. As a guy not even in uniform that was working for him pulled up. So I knew we were screwed. I knew it. So the cop came over and he looked at us and he goes, yeah, we got a call that you're trying to rough someone up by the high school. I looked at the cop. I looked at the cop. I was like, listen, don't give me the bullshit. Why are you pulling this over?
Yeah, dude, that was a dumbass excuse.
Yeah, so he goes, all right. He goes, someone called you were selling like narcotics at the high school.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. I was like, you're dumb. He's like, yeah, you mind if we search you? I was like, go ahead. They searched me. They searched my other 2 boys. Now, my boy that had it on him went to go reach in his pocket and try to throw it. And there was a cop standing right next to him. So he was watching the whole thing. He thought he was pulling a weapon out. So he threw this kid on the floor, pulled it out. It was in a napkin, whatever. And he was like, it's all mine. They had nothing to do with it. They didn't know about it. So I was like, all right, bet. We're free now. You don't have to worry about it. So he asked us for our IDs. And I gave him my ID. My other boy gave him the ID. Now, when you know you have something in the car and the cops do not know that you drove, what do you say when they ask for ID? Oh, I don't have it. Oh, I don't have it with me.
Yeah, but do you get in trouble? I mean, you
don't get in trouble.
No, but if you don't have an ID, even say if you're like 17 or 18, right? Cop asks for an ID, but you don't have one. What do they do?
Are you talking about driving wise, or if you're just walking?
Just in general. This is a side topic.
They have to run your name. So that's what you do. If they don't know that you're driving and you're walking, you just tell them, I don't have it. All right, what's your name? They write it down on a piece of paper, go in the cop car, and they run it.
Yeah. Okay.
So his bright idea goes, oh, it's in my boy's car over there. We all looked at him. I was like, dog, he was like, oh, you drove here? And I was like, yeah. He goes, all right, we're going to get a search warrant. So I knew.
You already fucked,
I was
bro.
like, I am definitely fucked for this. This is, wrong place, wrong time. We fucked up. So the cop gets the search warrant. He drives back to the station. The judge signs off and we get the search warrant. And I asked him, I go, what happens if I say no? He goes, then, because back then, if you said no, you could just drive off, get rid of whatever you had. And when they get the search warrant to come back, they told me, if you say no, you have to stay here. We're staying with you until we get that search warrant. So I was like, at this point, why am I going to waste my time? Let's get it over with. I signed off on the papers, right?
But damn well there's shit in there.
Oh, yeah, 110%.
So you already were like, you know what, instead of wasting time, we'll just get right to the point.
And piss them off, and maybe if you be lenient with them, it's not going to be as bad. You know what I mean? So
what, did they get the dogs and shit?
No, they just got the search warrant. If they didn't find anything, next would have been the dogs.
Okay.
So they didn't find any, because he had one of the county cops that came, the canine unit, they had the dog waiting just in case they didn't find anything.
Yeah.
And the cop walked up there. I unlocked the car for him. He's searching through it. He finds the ID, and my boy's ID, takes it, checks it, whatever. And he couldn't find anything until it smelled straight like what we had in that car. Like you knew something was in there.
Yeah.
And there was a little drawer under the passenger side seat, but it was locked because I was smart. Mm-hmm. So he goes, yeah, can I get your keys? So I was like, yeah, take the keys. He unlocked it, which technically is illegal. You can't unlock that unless you have a warrant for, like, it's just like the trunk.
But why would you give him the keys if he's already in the car, though, right?
That's what was weird to me. That's why when I would
have said, like, no, the car's already open. Go search.
So when he opened it, before he even opened it, my other boy that already took the blame for what he had on him walks up, goes, listen, officer, this is all mine. He kind of fucked up a little bit because he didn't find it yet. Yeah. But he was like,
but no, he knew that it was inevitable that they were going to find that.
So he was like, none of it's theirs. It's all mine.
So when you got caught and they found it, what happened? When they put you right in the car?
So he pulled it out and goes, what's this? So I'm going to play dumb. I was like, I don't know what this is. He goes, you don't know what this is? I'm like, no, not at all. My other boy, he came over again and was like, yeah, that's what I was talking about. This is all mine. They had nothing to do with it. So he was like, all right. So I'm looking at my other boy. I'm like, oh, we're good now. He took the blame. We have nothing to worry about. And when he looked at me, he asked me how old the kid was. So I told him the age. And for some reason, just because of the age, it literally just triggered him. You know what I mean? He was like, oh, he's that old? And I was like, yeah, why? And soon as I said that, he's like, all right, put your hands behind your back, you're under arrest. And
Wait, didn't you say before, because I remember you telling me this story, didn't they not read your rights?
Yeah, they didn't. When we went to go search, they didn't read the rights, whatever. I didn't care about that. But
automatically, if they don't read your rights, aren't you not, like,
if they don't
detained?
read your rights and you go to court for it, just when the judge sees that, a lot of times they will drop it because that's illegal if they don't read you your rights.
But you can't right from the jump, like...
No, that's why you just got to take it. You just wait.
Oh, because you already know later on.
Clear, yeah.
All right, bet.
So we put us in cuffs. And we all go in the cop car. This cop was dumb because there's a short side and a tall side in the car, like for short.
Which, by the way, the back of those police cars are so fucking uncomfortable.
Yes.
It is bad, dude. Mm-hmm. You ever go to like as a little kid, you go to the movie theater and they have those like plastic booster seats that you would sit on the seat?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like that. Yeah. And I fucking hate it, bro.
It's just plastic because they don't care.
Anyway, but so you get into the cop car, right?
So he tries putting me in the short side, and I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the cop, and I'm like, dog, I'm 6'4". I'm a big dude. I'm not fitting. He goes, get in. I was like, all right, bet I got you. So I couldn't even put my head in the roof. So I'm like, you gonna drive like this? He goes, oh, maybe you are tall. I was like, all right. So he put me on the other side. Mind you, he didn't take my phone. He forgot to. So me and my other boy get one cop car. The other two get another cop car. And he rolls the windows up. Mind you, it's 95 degrees and I have a sweatshirt. Don't ask why I had a sweatshirt on. I don't know why.
Okay.
And you know me. I'm very, very like...
And you're claustrophobic too.
My claustrophobia kicked in immediately.
Yeah.
You know, I'm already freaking out. I'm like, damn, I wasn't supposed to get arrested. I'm going through all this bullshit. So we're like screaming at the cop, telling him to open the window. So I was like, all right, screw it. If you're not going to do it, I still have my phone. So I try to pass my phone to my boy. I pulled it out of my pocket and he dropped it.
Mm-hmm.
So he went on the ground. I had to put the cuffs under my legs in front of me so I could pick the phone up. And I held down the home button and told Siri to call 911. So I called 911, like, yeah, what's your emergency? I was like, yeah, I'm in the back of a cop car. I just got arrested. And I'm like, it's 98 degrees out, and this cop didn't even open the windows for me. He's like, oh, where you at? I told him where they're at. They dispatched to him. The cop come over, and he goes, why didn't you just tell me to roll down the window? I was like, dog, you didn't hear me screaming in this damn cop car?
They try to play it off like they didn't, like, hear. They fully heard. They didn't give a fuck.
So the two cops get in, they roll the window down. I was like, can you put the air on? He goes, no, we got a short trip. It wasn't no short trip. It was like 10 minutes of heat just pouring in that car. Couldn't take my sweatshirt off. I'm sweating. I'm getting pissed.
Yeah.
So they put us in the holding cell. Probably, we got there for like 5 minutes. They're about to start calling names. They got a call for someone trying to commit suicide. So all the cops left, and in order to get your mugshot and your fingerprints, the arresting cops, which was almost the whole entire force, has to be there. They left.
Oh, so you had to sit there and wait?
I sat there for 4 hours.
4 hours?
Just in a holding cell. We didn't even get to get our mugshots yet. So we waited the 4 hours. They come back. They start calling names. They call my one boy. He goes. They call my other boy. He goes in. And they're standing by the holding cell, and it looks like they're about to leave. So my two boys go, yeah, yo, we're about to hit at McDonald's, yo. He's like, yo, Mike, you want a 10-piece? And I was so aggravated. I was like, if they get to go and I don't, I'm gonna be pissed.
Why? Because you were the oldest one? That's why they probably kept you?
I was the youngest.
Oh, you were the youngest, shit.
Well, my other boy was youngest. He got out. He was in there 2 hours done.
Yeah.
Mom came, picked him up. He was done, whatever. And I was the last one, and I'm like, why are they getting out and I'm not? So they went to go grab the door to open it where we came in from, and all the cops ran over and pulled them back. So I was like, yeah, fuck your 10-piece. You ain't getting shit.
And they went right back to the cell?
So now they went in the holding cell. I went out, and the cop just started assuming shit. He goes, yeah, so are you trying to deal narcotics? And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know who told you that, but you're fucking retarded for that, because I would not do that. You know what I mean? It's stupid. You're about high school. So I take my fingerprints.
Plus, isn't like the charges doubled?
Yeah,
like
in a school zone. Yeah. So that's why I was trying to get out of it. And I go to take my mugshot. So I start flexing for him. And he goes, stop smiling. It's not funny. So I was like, oh, I got you. So, I start flexing for him. And he goes, you think this is funny? I go, yeah, it's got to be funny when we go to court and get this shit dropped. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I know my rights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I want to get my mugshots. I was smiling. I was flexing and whatever. So they tell my one boy, he goes, all right, go in cell 13. Then my other boy goes up. No, I was second. He goes, go to cell 8. I was like, why can't I go with my boy? He goes, I don't give a fuck, go in cell 8. So I go in cell 8. My other boy comes, they sign off the paper. He looks over, he goes, yeah, you can go to cell 13. I was like, bruh.
Bro, you got bamboozled, bro.
Yeah, I got bamboozled. I had some random dude. I had a celly in mind. And I was pissed off because I didn't even know who this dude was. And off the rip, I wanted a blanket. It was cold in there. And me and him got into an argument, whatever. They dragged him out. He went to county. So now I was by myself.
Yeah.
Didn't get my phone call. I was pissed off.
And none of your boys got phone calls either?
They did, but I didn't, which pissed me off.
You know why? Because if you fuck with that cop, I bet you the cop that you were getting the mugshot from was like, you know what? This guy's an asshole. I know what you're right.
But it wasn't even him.
Oh,
it was another cop that didn't give me my phone call. So I was pissed off. So I'm sitting there. And I think a county cop or something came in, and I was like, the officers in here didn't give me my right to have my phone call. And he was like, that's fucked up. He's like, he's supposed to give you the phone call. So I was like, yeah. So he opened my cell for me, let me get the phone call. It was bad. I called my mom. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of busy. You might have to find a ride home from work.
There's a point where you want to tell them, but you don't.
I'd rather tell them in person. You know what I mean?
You might as well be like, yeah, listen, I'm like down south. Like, I'm not going to be back. So you try to get away with it. No, I got you.
So I got the call. I go back in the cell. We got arrested, I think, at like 1 in the afternoon. I think it was something like that. We didn't get out till like 11:30, almost 12 o'clock at night. So we were in there for a while. And I'm sitting there, and my two boys start singing mad loud. They were singing a song by Akon, Don't Let Me Out. You know, so I started joining in, and then the cops getting pissed off. They were not shutting the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to sleep. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to go to sleep. Mind you, it's a piece of styrofoam this thick.
Yeah.
You're not getting comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I'm trying to fall asleep. They come by with the food. See, I'm fat. So I'm happy as hell. I'm like, let's see what I got. They gave me watered down Coke. I threw that right in the sink. That shit was nasty. And a hamburger. Come on, dog. You really gonna give me a hamburger with no damn cheese?
Yeah, but you can't be fucking picky. At least you got food. I mean, I know I was in a holding cell, but bro, I didn't even get a bag of Doritos or some shit. I just sat there for, I mean, it's 4 hours, like whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I didn't get anything to fucking eat. I'm sitting there thirsty as fuck, sitting there hunched over. I'm like, dude, I feel like a fucking animal, bro.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just in a cage.
And
you know?
I kept asking the cop. I swear it was like an hour. I was like, yo, big bro. I was like, what time is it? I asked. It was 3 o'clock. I felt like it was an hour. He goes, 3:15. I was like, bro, there's no shot it's 3:15.
Yeah.
I was like, I've been here for hours.
Dude, that's
like
what
15 minutes.
It's because when you have nothing to do and you're enclosed in these walls, bro, you literally have no perception of time. You think it's gonna be like an hour. When you look at your phone, it's only 15, 20 minutes. You're like, fuck, dude.
I'm a big dude, and in that cell, even though it's a 6x6, I felt like I was in a little box.
Yeah.
I was trying to zone out so my claustrophobia wouldn't kick in. And we're getting the food, and my boy goes, yo, fat fuck. And I was like, what? He goes, you don't need that. Save the cheeseburger when we get out. Let me eat that. I was like, fuck you, yo. Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? I didn't even eat it. I threw it out. And
wait, they got you like McDonald's burger?
A McDonald's burger? No, they made it inside the jail. They made it inside the jail.
So
they had the people cooking the food. They probably had like
the little mess hall thing?
Yeah, they had like a little 80-20 meat going on, you know what I'm saying?
So
an old
funny.
Kaiser roll.
They try to go real cheap with the shit.
Because some counties, they go right over here to White Diamond and they get the burgers for them.
Yeah.
They call, I forget what the name was. They were telling me about what they call it.
What was it, the jailhouse special?
Burger. Yeah, I think it was a jailhouse burger.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting there and I asked the cop again. I'm like, can I get my phone call? So he pissed me off. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. I had to take a piss. I pissed all over the cell. I was like, yeah, fuck you. Till I got up and realized, I'm like, I have to sleep in this. And now I just pissed all over this damn floor.
If I was a cop, I'd beat the shit out of you.
I was, I was just testing him. And so I finally went to sleep. And when I wake up, it was my two boys ripped me off the bed. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? I'm like, how the fuck you in my cell?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we're getting out. And I'm like, there's no bail. You know what I mean? I'm like, so who called? My other boy that got out within the first 2 hours, he called my boy to tell me to go bail us out. So we get out.
Do you know how much the bail was? Or?
No, there's no bail. It's like, say you got arrested today, right?
Yeah.
I'd have to go there. I'm going to bail you out it's no cost. I'm signing off on your papers. Now, when you go for your court date, if you don't go, now I get a warrant.
Yeah, facts. And you know what? You know what's crazy about this shit? I know people that actually went to county, right?
Mm-hmm.
For like, say, for instance, you robbed somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you go to get arrested. You go to county. That next day, you're able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
You stay there just for one night, and you're able to leave. I know they give you a court date, and you have to go there because if you do not, then you're going to jail, right? There's a warrant out for your arrest. But bro, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, yo, if I did some like horrific shit, why would they give me a day and then let me go roam free to do more criminal shit?
It depends on the charge. If it's like a little drug charge, a lot of the times they'll let you out. But if you did domestic violence, assault to a minor, beating the shit out of someone, a lot of the times, say like today, what's today, July 22nd?
Yeah.
Say I did this July 22nd. My court date's not till August 15th. If it's a bad charge, they'll tell you to go fuck yourself, and you're going to stay there until the court date, and you got to sit there the whole time.
I'm thinking maybe long term, like they're trying to keep room for actual offenses. Like
at one point, the jail cells were filled. They had so much arrest that they had to let people out early on parole, on house arrest. You know what I mean?
I feel like the whole like jail system and all that, it's kind of like there's so many flaws.
Yeah.
You know.
And when I got out, when he pulled me out, my boy looks at the cop. It was a girl cop, and he looked at it. He's like, "Damn, you look good." This girl was not having it.
Wait. Can I stop you right there real quick? Isn't it funny that when you get pulled over and then you notice that it's a woman cop? I mean, off the rip, she's a cop. You have to respect her the way that she's an officer. You know, she's an authority. But there's something that happens where it's just like you feel more like
it's gonna be easy,
relaxed.
Yeah,
you know, it's good. You think it's gonna be easy,
but it's not.
But it's not, bro. She's the same as anybody else.
She's gonna talk to you like she's a guy.
Yeah, because I got pulled over by a female cop, and my boy had some stuff on him, right? And I'm nervous about this shit. But then when I saw the female cop, I was like, maybe I can get out of this, right? So I did. She pulled me over for tints. And I'm like, really? Like, really tints?
They can't do that no more.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but this is way back in the day. And I got pulled over for tints, and I'm like, yo, like, all this, if I get popped because of tints, I'm going to be like, dude, this is bullshit. So I'm being mad nice. Where I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, officer. Like, you know, I'll get him off. Like, I'm actually going to sell the car or whatever, blah, blah, blah. She's like, okay, just be aware next time. I'm like, bet, dude. Because you get that get out of jail free card type thing, and you feel so fucking good when you leave, and you know you're riding hot boy. But anyway, go on.
And when he said it to her, immediately she got pissed. She's like, you want me to fuck you up? She's like, keep talking to me like that. So I was like, damn, we already fucked up. So I look at the cop, I'm like, cell 13? I was like, go back in. So I literally looked at my boy. I was like, yo, just shut the fuck up. Let's just get the fuck out. I'm not trying to be in here. It was like 11:30, 12 o'clock at night. So he's giving me the papers, and we walk out. I'm like, who the fuck signed me out? It was my boy that I used to chill with a lot. And mind you, I was talking to this girl, and it literally looked like I blew her off. Yeah. I was supposed to chill with her that day. I was texting her in the morning.
But did you explain to her what happened, or you had to come up with some bullshit?
That's why I was trying to run out, because my phone was dead. I was like, fuck, I need to charge this. I need to call her. And my boy picked us up. We all get in the car. As soon as I open the car door, she's sitting right there. I was like, listen, let me explain. She's like, nope, don't even worry about it. Like, they already told me. I was like, thank God. I thought I was getting my ass beat. She was the type to beat my ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I told the cop, can I move the car? Because I know this is like, I think it was like from 7 to 7 at night. If you don't, you're getting a ticket. So I asked the cop, like, listen, let me out. This is before we even went to the jail cell.
Yeah, let me park my car so I don't get a ticket.
I was like, you can come with me and I'll move it. Nah, you're good. So I get out and I'm all happy. I get out now and I look at my boy. I was like, how much you want to bet I got a ticket? I get out, $155 ticket for sitting there till 12 o'clock at night. So now I was mad pissed.
Damn. I mean, I'm assuming you got that dropped, right? How are you supposed to move your car if you get arrested?
I'm getting to that one. So this shit was going on for, I think, 3 years because I kept pleading not guilty. Because why am I going to take the charge if I didn't do nothing, if he already took the blame?
Yeah,
my other boy,
no point.
He got his license suspended for 2.5 years. You know, he got screwed for it. So I'm like, why am I going to take it if they already did their justice system on him? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what can they charge you? They already charged them with all the other shit.
They were going to charge me with driving with a controlled substance.
Or but like an accessory to it? Oh, okay.
So we kept pleading not guilty, So the judge goes, all right, let me look at you guys' records, right? We're in court. So he's looking at my boys. He goes, all right, you got some things on there. Looking at my other boy, he goes, yeah, you got a lot. And he looks at mine and he's like, why are you here? You have nothing on your record. I looked at the judge. I was like, that's what I'm trying to say. I was like, I wasn't supposed to get arrested. I was like, he took the blame. And he even asked, he goes, why did the cop arrest you then if you took the blame? I was like, ask your officers. So after the 3 years, he said he was going to drop it. A cop came out from where we got arrested, gave me the papers, just me, for free. He goes, this is on us. You were right. We fucked up. We weren't supposed to arrest you. And I got the shit all dropped off but it screwed me though. I couldn't get student loans. I couldn't get approved for anything because I had an open charge on my record.
And that's what sucks, because I honestly personally think that charges like that, like say if you have like weed on you, marijuana in your car, and people get charged for that, and then you get put in jail for that shit. And just because of like a marijuana charge, now your whole life is screwed up. Meanwhile, in other states, they're legalizing it, and it's perfectly fine. They decriminalize it where you get pulled over, and it's just a simple
$50 ticket.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. That's why I think that, and I think, honestly, I believe that New Jersey, within like a couple years, maybe less,
I heard it's pretty, they're doing it now. They're not even like, my boy, I'm not gonna say the town, but my boy's a cop, and he pulled someone over. There was a blunt in the cup holder. He literally looked at him. He goes, "Listen, I'm not giving you a ticket for it." He's like, "Just don't be driving around with it. I'm not gonna," because the whole thing is, by the time that court date comes, it's gonna be legal in Jersey. What's the point of writing up the paperwork? What's the point of, what are you going to charge him with? $300 in probation? What's that going to do to him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Not even that. It's every time that you make an arrest or anything that happens, you have to file a report.
Yeah.
Who wants to take the time
for a little piece of weed? You know what I'm saying?
I got pulled over once. This is how they get you, and it's kind of annoying, but on their part, they find every excuse to pull you over. Right? I'm getting off the Parkway. I'm in this town. I get pulled over. And I'm genuinely curious of why the fuck I got pulled over, because I have nothing wrong. Plates are good. No headlight. Backlights are out. Nothing, right? He goes, "Oh, you threw a cigarette out the window." And I'm like, "Really, dog? Really? You're pulling me over because I threw a fucking cigarette out the window?" It's like, "Where do you want me to put it? You want me to put it right on the dash and put it out? Make nice holes? Oh, better yet, I'll put it right on my carpet." Like, no, dude. Like, what? And he's like, "Yeah, well, we have an ashtray." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm not going to specifically have an ashtray in my car. Like, dude, like, no." Yeah. Millions of fucking people throw out cigarettes.
Flick them out the window.
You know what I'm saying? But I think the reasoning why that he did that was to figure out who I was with, their background. But, you know, it was weird because he didn't even ask for any of their names. Yeah. They just asked for my license and registration. So everything was clean. Told me to kick rocks and go drive off. And I was like, bet.
The worst, I'm not going to say the town, the worst time I've ever gotten pulled over on some bullshit was I was driving past this high school. You probably already know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I'm driving past this high school, and every time I passed the police station's right next to it. So every time I passed it, I'd purposely put my car, go 25 miles an hour, put on cruise control. Just in case they pull some bullshit, I could be like, look, even on my screen of my car it says I was locked in at 25, you know what I mean? So I'm driving down the street. I just passed the high school. Now I'm passing the field, and all of a sudden I see cop lights all the way back by the police station.
Yeah. And you already know.
I'm looking at my boy. I'm like, "Yeah, we're getting pulled over." He's like, "Why'd you say that? We're all the way down here." I go, "Just watch." So he cut everyone off, pulled me over. He pulls us over. So now I'm sitting there, you know, being compliant with him. I'm not going to do nothing stupid. I'm not going to move till he gets to the vehicle because you know how it is. And as soon as he pulled up, he gets out of the car, and I'm looking at him. He has his hand on his gun. So I was like, "Why the fuck are you putting your hand? You act like I'm a felon, like I just broke out of jail."
The town that he's talking about is like, the crime rate in that town is so low.
So there was no need.
I know you cops take precautions and stuff for their own safety, and I know that, and you have to respect that because, I mean, they're looking out for their own lives too. But when you're in a certain area, in a certain town, and you know what's funny, because the person that probably pulled you over already knows you.
All of them.
And they don't
the
know
whole town knows me.
Yeah, they don't
you know
you. They know you're not going to cause any harm. But like, it's
the
little shit like that pisses me off.
The amount of times prior that I got pulled over, never called me no drugs, no weapons. So that's what pissed me off. So he walked up and he looked inside the window and saw me, and he goes on the radio, goes, "Oh no, it's just a girl." I was like, "You know my car. There's no need for you to say that."
There was one time my friends went to a bar. I didn't want to go drink, so I said, "You know what? I'll be the DD. You know, don't worry about getting an Uber or whatever, right?" So I'm just chilling, driving around that town, and I'm waiting like 20 more minutes until they get out, and this cop's following me. And I'm like, you know, when I get followed, because it's more of like an intimidation factor with the cops when they follow you, and it's like, bro, like, hop off my ass. Like, I'm tired of this shit, right? What I actually did, as he was following me, I made that right, and no one, like, that's on a main road, so he turned down that road. I was like, here we go. I'm waiting for the lights. So before he put on the lights, I just pulled over to the side, put my car in park, and I just sat there with my arm out, right? Cop's sitting there, then he puts on the light, and then he pulls up next to me. He's all like, "What the hell is this kid doing?" And he goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I pulled over because I know inevitably that you're going to pull me over. So I'm sitting here and getting right to the fucking point. So why were you going to pull me over?" And I was more in authority with him. I was like, "Dude, now I'm pissed," right? He goes, "Oh, I just wanted to see what you were doing." And I'm like, "Well, I'm actually waiting for my friends to get out of the bar. I'm actually a designated driver. So I'm sitting here driving around trying to kill time." After that, he's like, okay. He's like, "You know, I respect that. Thank you so much. You know, have a good night." It's shit like that, you know. And I did that once too. I was coming back home. A cop was following me. I did the same exact shit because I feel like it actually gets you out, you know. So he drives around. I'm parked there. He drives past me slow, goes around the block like 3 times and sees me, and then he'll pull up and goes, "What are you doing?" I'm like, just waiting for you to pull me over, you know, because I mean I have nothing to fucking hide.
Mm-hmm.
The fact, or like the point where you tell the cops that, you know, I have nothing to hide, like, you know, go ahead, do your thing. They know off the jump or off the rip that, you know what, is it even worth it? I'm not gonna waste my time.
I did that when they searched my car at the Target parking lot. I told them, I said, if you want, rip apart my car, go get the dogs. He still did it. They didn't find shit.
Yeah.
And they had all the cops there for no reason. They all got pissed off. And I heard the cop talk to him. He's like, why would you search us if there was nothing in the car? I was like, I told him, get the dogs. I don't care. But when I went past that high school and he pulled me over and he said, well, it was just a grawl. You know what he said to me?
What?
I was like, why'd I get pulled over? He goes, you were speeding. I was like, that's funny. I was like, because my cruise control says 25, and I'm pretty sure that sign right there says 25 miles an hour. He goes, no, you were speeding. I was like, can you show me how fast I was going? He goes, you were going 27 miles an hour. I was like, really? I was like, give me the ticket. He goes, no, you know, I'm just going to give you warnings next time. Slow it down. I was like, fuck you. Like, you have a lot of other things to worry about than someone doing 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. You can't even incriminate me for that for a ticket because it has to be 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. You know what I mean?
That's why. But yeah, we'll cut this one. We'll cut this one short. So yeah, if you like the video, click the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel.
And put the post notifications on.
Put the post notifications on. We also got our social media on the bottom in the description. Go follow us and yeah.
That's it.
That's it.